I know there's an analogy you have for having a good, effective conversation that can be demonstrated with these two glasses of water.
Yeah, so let's say that this glass right here is all of my thoughts and knowledge, and your glass is all of your thoughts and knowledge, and not just what you think now. These are things that you've known throughout your entire life. So if I were to tell you something about, I want to get your thoughts on maybe a political opinion or something that's a religious belief. I'm talking like deeply held beliefs that you grew up with. That's what's in that cup right there. When we go into a conversation with someone, often what we find is, especially if it's like a stranger, that what I say in our first conversation should convince you automatically that if I were to take all of my knowledge right here and I pour it in, there should be no problem. But what happens? When I start to pour into here, it overflows, meaning you have no room. You have no room for what I want to share whatsoever. It's overflow. Instead, what you have to find is ways to ask questions and get really curious, meaning instead of me pushing my point, instead of saying, why do you believe that? Beginning your question with why, I start to get really curious about how did you come to believe that? Where did you learn that? When did this happen? Ways that I get to ask questions every day, like I do as a trial attorney, to find ways of getting to the issue of what's that deeply held belief? Where does it come from? Because only then, let's go ahead and pour yours into mine. There you go, perfect. And so it's only then, until you have space, that I'm asking questions. Whenever I ask questions and you start to answer just a little bit more, and then you answer just a little bit more, to where you actually have space to care at all to what I'm going to tell you.